of High Electric. I want to thank our friends and loyal customers and introduce High Electric to those looking for a new electrician. We've been serving the Lincoln and Omaha area for over 30 years, from design to install, upgrades, and repair. If you are a homeowner or a small business needing some electrical work, call us at 402-466-6606 or check us out at hyelectric.com. We look forward to hearing from you.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Hey, what are you talking about over there?
Huh?
I said, what are you talking about?
You know, Bill, I think it's time for both of us to get our hearing checked. We should head over to Christensen Hearing Analytics.
Oh, yeah, I've heard about them. They offer a free hearing consultation and screening, affordable hearing aid prices, and a knowledgeable staff with over 30 years of experience.
Visit Christensen Hearing Analytics today in Williamsburg Village or give them a call at 402-489-3450. Christensen Hearing Analytics. A better life starts with better hearing.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome to The Drive with A.D. Raff and Ahman Green. Former Husker football national champion, speaker, and author, Aaron Davis.
Nebraska will win the national championship. The Cornhuskers beat Miami. It is history, 13-0, and bring that trophy back to Lincoln.
Former Arena Football League quarterback, former head coach of the Capital City Crush, and guru of Husker football history, Chris Raff.
25 straight wins for the Cornhuskers. One of the most dominating stretches in college football history.
We may have seen one of the best teams in the history of college football tonight.
12-year NFL veteran.
He's got some speed to go with strength.
Huskers and Green Bay Packers Hall of Famer.
Shovel pass to Green into Vikings territory. Finally brought down.
And University of Nebraska East sports coach, Ahman Green.
Look at Green all by himself. 20, 10, touchdown.
Sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We are live here at A1 Auto's new facility, their new building, and it is absolutely beautiful, folks. Again, we're here live at A1 Automotive, their brand facility, 5110 State Hill Drive. It's right off of Yankee Hill Road. We are going to be here from 9 to 11. Our show, at least, will be here from 9 to 11, the drive, to kickstart the grand opening, which goes from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. today. Again, that's 11 a.m. To 4 p.m. today. That is 5110 State Hill Drive. It is about, for me, a driver away from the target. Actually, what am I? 85 drivers away from the target. They're on 40 Yankee Hill Road. Folks, come down and celebrate. Take a tour. This facility is absolutely that's what kind of took me so long to even get in here, because I was taking pictures on the outside. I went inside and talked to a kid and his mom. They're getting service. You got customers over there. So come down and tour for free food, giveaways. A1 Automotive, always honest answers, folks. Kendall Warner, the owner, the captain, the quarterback of A1 Automotive. Kendall, good morning to you, man.
Hey, good morning, AD. It's good to have you guys here. Always a blessing to be on with you all. And, extended family for sure. 93.7 The Ticket. Everybody down there, DP, grateful for you too this morning, brother.
Absolutely. Folks, we got Austin Orman, the man himself, that's on the ones and twos this morning before he heads out the next hour. He'll be heading to Omaha to call state championship baseball with our very own Swim, a.k.a. I did the reverse play, but he's swimming now. Austin, how you doing this morning, man?
Doing great, AD. Glad to be out here. Kendall, great to see you. Supposed to be out here to get the tour a little bit early, but glad we could get out here this morning. You said you had a busy week. We've all had, our own sort of busyness,
Sure.
but what a great opportunity to sit here, celebrate the great work that you guys are doing,
Sure.
the work God's doing through you down here at
Yeah.
your new location. So first and foremost, just a big congratulations, man.
It's been a journey, but again, it's all of, for me, it's been a part of God's plan, and this coming to fruition. All the credit should be and is pointed towards the people that allow us to serve. The community that supports us, the people that support us, and the people that I work for here. It's all about, serving, and I mean that wholeheartedly. In the automotive industry, it's all about service, and I think we do a really good job of serving others, not only on the automotive industry, but outside the walls of our shops too. So I'm looking forward to the journey. It's been a challenge. Like I told you all before we jumped on, we broke ground here 206 days ago, and it's been, it's been a blessing. It's been a challenge. There's been some long days and nights, but here we are, full of gratitude. Great team here. I'm looking forward to getting this thing going.
Kendall, you said you broke ground 206 days ago, and you've done a great job of documenting the progress over the past almost year. Like I said, it's coming up on a year, 100 plus days, give or take. But nevertheless, you've documented it. What has been your biggest, I might say obstacle, but what's been your biggest challenge? I'm sure there's challenges, plural.
Sure.
But if there was one during this whole process, what was that for you?
We didn't have rain for quite some time last fall and even into December. And then, when we were trying to get the roof on the place, here comes God giving us some rain and some snow and a little bit of everything. So the challenge in that month to 5 week space was we couldn't get the roof closed to continue the progress of the build.
Wow.
So that's been the biggest hurdle. But that's a small hurdle. The guys at Blue Core Construction, Stonebrook Exterior, they've done a great job here. And as much as we talk, I was here pretty much every night, to the point where Des was like, well, why don't you just rent an RV and put it over there for 200 days? And I thought about it for a minute. Mine's got an RV, but I didn't pull the trigger on that. But it's just a blessing. We have a long way to go, but we're grateful to be here.
This is your second location. Obviously, you're right by us in our downtown studio for the first one.
Sure.
What's the similarity or difference in emotion and work behind the scenes that went into the first location compared to this one down here?
Well, the emotion, like we were talking about just a little bit ago, Austin, the change of emotion this was and is, like in a baseball analogy, an at-bat of a lifetime. This is it. This is it for me. In terms of, I have all of my eggs in one basket. I don't have a plan B. I burn plan B. Whatever is plan B.
It's A1, not B2.
Yeah, right. So I burn plan B. So it's, I say that with a ton of humility because this is it. This is a shot that I need. And, I'm looking forward to the journey. I'm looking forward to serving others. I'm looking forward to the guys that I'm working for. They're standing in front of us. I'm looking forward to pouring into them and helping them become better versions of themselves along the way, and obviously serving others in the automotive industry as well.
We all know, we talk about sports, we talk about recruiting, and Coach Osborne, one thing that he emphasized on recruiting is you hire and you bring in quality individuals.
Sure.
You show them the game plan and you bring in quality individuals.
Yep.
How has that been important for you for bringing more teammates and recruiting for this facility?
Yeah, it's a great question, Aaron. So over the last 12 weeks, I started that recruiting process of the guys that I'm working for, the three young cats that are in front of us here. I started meeting with them every Thursday night at 7 p.m. here. And I got to know them. They got to know me. It was a mutual agreement. It was organic. So we built the trust before I extended the offer to come and join our family. And that way it was the right way to do it. Now I've done it wrong ways too, but this way I felt like we've got to get this right. I want quality people in here that will look at vehicles, that will not oversell people, and that will be genuinely honest and just be genuinely good human beings. And, I'm grateful to have 3-4 Kurt standing in front of me, really good people here. And, I'm looking forward to adding to that when the time is right, when we get busier, we've got a pretty big facility for an independent repair shop here in Lincoln, but I'm looking forward to that journey, but also just making sure that we hire quality people, just like Osborne did with you guys.
Absolutely. You talk about 3 cats to the right. The one dude to the right there changing that oil looks like a tomcat, man. That's a big dude right there, man. He spent some time in the weight room, don't he? What's his name?
Yeah, that's Zach.
Zach, you play linebacker back in the day, fullback?
You was a running back at 240? Okay.
Cross country.
Okay, that was a big cross country guy that's running right there, man.
Yeah, man.
Because I walked in and see him, I was like, yeah, he's hit some dudes before.
Yeah.
I said, good morning. He was like, morning.
He looks like, he looks like he could still play middle linebacker.
Yeah, I was checking that out when I walked in because you get old football players like me.
You
see dudes his size, and it kind of makes your body just kind of soak like, man, I remember taking hits from guys
like
that.
Sure. He's a big boy.
He's a big boy.
Yeah.
You know, and then you got Curious Kurt over there. You know,
Kurt is again, Kurt has been through hell and heck and back.
He's a walking miracle, man.
With his medical challenges, and his approach at life is one that we all admire because he's been filleted. He had a ton of cancer, literally, and now he's got some challenges. With an aneurysm that he's working through, but again, you want to surround yourself. We know this. Everybody that's listening knows this. You want to surround yourself with really good humans. And the older that we get, the more important that is. These young cats, you want them to know that from the jump. We got to know that a little bit later in life.
See, Kurt, I'm talking about Kurt and the things he's been through and gone through physically. You talked about, bringing in the right people and teaching the way. I'll go to Coach Osborne again. I'll allude to him again. I remember the Corey Dixons, the Abdul Muhammads, the Tremaine Bells, the Tyrone Hughes, and I'm speaking from a receiver's position. They told us the Nebraska way. They taught us the Nebraska way, but more importantly, they showed us the Nebraska way. The A1 Auto, always honest answers. And that's not just a slogan.
No.
That is how you operate. And when we did things in Nebraska that were not to that slogan, Nebraska football, the older guys would check us because they would teach us how we do things. How important is that going to be for your guys that you have, like your older statesmen, if you would, to teach the new guys, hey, this is the always honest answers philosophy and way of life here.
And that was the methodical way that we've grown over the last 15 years. I attribute that positively to us not upselling anybody on anything that they didn't need. There's priorities, there's some safety challenges, but then the priorities 4 through 10, you just don't need those maybe until next year. So when we started this journey, and I found, and I should have trademarked that always honest answer. Remind me to do that.
It's not too late. Now put a note.
But after we launched that, and that's been a decade. 12 years ago is when that logo became official for us.
I love it.
Yeah, there's just no other way for me. We grew up. We had. We both had great parents, and we were taught, to do the right thing all the time. It doesn't matter. You're not benefiting yourself. You're a blessing and a benefit to others. So make sure that you act appropriately in that space.
When you reflect on the last 12 to 15 years here with A1 Automotive, what sticks out to you? What stands out to you?
Well, there were some times and this is small business in general. There was times you're like, I don't know if we're going to make it. Like, and that's a genuine statement, and everybody that's in business resonates with that, or just in life. So there were some challenges that and this is probably today is the biggest one, guys. We're sitting here in a wonderful facility, that God has directed me and blessed me with, and now it's time to put in the work. But there's times you're like, I don't know if I can make this go. I just don't know. And then you go back to the good book, and you go back to prayer, and you go back to counting your blessings, and you go back to being grateful every single day for life and the people that you have in your life and the people you get to serve. So, there's some challenges there, Austin, and we're facing one right now for sure.
You mentioned those challenges. I remember during COVID.
Yeah.
And I hate to even bring that up. It's like the gas face from third base, the rap group. DF, if you're listening, you know what I'm talking about. The gas face. But I think back to that time.
Oh, man.
In March 17th of 2020, Kendall, is when I first started getting emails and calls. We have to cancel. We have to reschedule. And I was getting those. After that time took place, I saw 80% of my income disappear. 80% of my business disappeared. Then in 2021, obviously, May 3rd, I was diagnosed with cancer. November 28th of that same year, I lost my father unexpectedly. My siblings felt like we were orphans. But through all of that, I remember my dad always saying, during tough times, don't focus on what you can't do. Focus on what you can do. You had some tough times getting this place built. So what are the things that you did do? Because you couldn't control the weather. Just like we couldn't control the craziness we were going through during the pandemic. What were some of your controllables that you did when you couldn't control the weather?
Well, when we were going through COVID, remember we were literally giving out toilet paper and I was trying to throw strikes out on L Street when people were driving by with a roll of toilet paper. The challenge was we didn't have much work, and people were, honestly, everybody was scared. We didn't know what was going on. So the way that we controlled what we could control, controlling the controllables, like we always talk about, is providing a really high level of service to everybody that we had the opportunity. It didn't matter if we had 2. Sometimes we only had 2.
Right.
And then we had 5, and then we had 6. But when we completely focused on our level of customer service, our level of care, and not just for the vehicle, but more importantly for the people. Like, how could we help their lives? How could we influence their lives through our vehicle repair and make an issue with their car seem less of an issue?
That to bring that up again, the resourcefulness. I've always loved this saying. And again, my dad, he would say, never allow lack of resources to stop you from being resourceful.
Yeah.
And how you throw in that toilet paper to cars, you're getting that, you're trying to get people to know that, hey, we're here to support. During that time of COVID, I remember I couldn't do engagements. So for 60 days straight, I recorded a video and put it on LinkedIn for 60 days, just words of encouragement. And those seeds that were planted ended up being business for me around the country for doing speaking engagements. You throwing that toilet paper out. You couldn't control the mask. You couldn't control the pandemic. You couldn't control the restrictions. But you're like, you know what? I am still going to show people always honest answers and support people. Before we go to break, and obviously you'll be popping it out every guy you want. Kendall, what makes A1 Auto different?
Well, you always look at businesses in general and what's their customer service about? Will they answer it after hours? Will they answer on the weekends? Will they get back to me in an appropriate time? So for me, it's always, how we can separate ourselves from other independent shops and even dealerships is, can we get back to them at night? Can we get back to them over the weekend? Can we put them in a loaner car on the weekend when their lives have been shooken up by a vehicle that's broke down? We do that routinely. I'm not saying we're perfect, but we're pretty damn good at it.
Right, you guys are.
So just a level of customer service, a level of care. People understand that we care at a very high level, and we've ran enough routes to know that is accurate. So service over self and serving others at a very high level when it's not convenient for you to do. You've got family time at night, and you've got things on the weekend. So
when it is convenient, it's not service.
That's
a great point.
That's a great point.
Another thing you got a tagline right there.
He's dropping bombs on us on a Friday morning. That's a good one, brother. That's a good one, man. That's great. Good stuff.
Folks, we got Kendall Warnick, owner right here of A1 Auto. Their new location is at 5110 State Hill Drive, right off of Yankee Hill Road. Me and Austin, actually, I'm going to be here until 11 o'clock. Austin's going to be here until the top of the hour, and then Jake will come spell Austin. Austin will pray for safe travels for you up to Omaha. He'll be calling the state baseball games with Nick up there, but we'll be here from 9 to 11. And then 11 to 4 p.m. is the grand opening all day today. Come down, celebrate with a tour, free food, and giveaways. A1 Automotive, always honest answers. And again, folks, that's 5110 State Hill Drive, right off of Yankee Hill. We'll be right back. It's The Drive, 93.7 A Ticket.
Psst. You know what's better than waking up early to go to the airport? Sleeping in. Lucky for you, the lines at the Lincoln Airport are so short and our service is so fast. You won't need to sacrifice precious beauty sleep to get here hours before your flight. So, go ahead, sleep in. You deserve it, and choose the airport that helps you relax. LNK, make flying easy.
This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell. Cordell & Cordell is the largest family law firm in the country, with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. That does give us certain advantages, for example, in experience and resources. But being big doesn't mean less personal or less local. Our attorneys live and work in your community, and as neighbors, they understand the challenges your families face. If you're a guy facing divorce, remember, Cordell & Cordell, a partner you can count on.
1221 N Street, Lincoln. CordellCordell.com.
Garage doors can break down or quit working at the worst times. At Doors Plus, they understand that a broken garage door sometimes means repair and not replace. Sometimes, all you need to make your door like new again is a few bolts, a realignment, or even a new balance. Trust the pros at Doors Plus to handle your garage door repair the right way so you can get on with your busy schedule. Visit them online at DoorsPlusLLC.com or give them a call today at 402-590-5800. Doors Plus, garage doors and more.
What's better than supporting your favorite radio station and eating delicious Nebraska-made products? Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska wants to highlight you, the listener, on the 93.7 The Ticket Wall of Fame at the store. Stop by the store at 48th and R in Lincoln and see their huge variety of small batch gourmet jerky. Or if you're not in the area and want to try some, go to smokinggunjerky.com and enter code EARLY for 10% off your purchase. It's the ultimate low-calorie, high-protein snack at Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Mike, I've been thinking our house could really use a makeover. How about new siding?
I've been thinking the same thing. Have you heard of James Hardy?
Yes! Sarah down the street had Roofing Service Company install James Hardy siding on their home, and they love it.
Roofing Service Company does have great reviews.
They took her through the design process and made everything super easy.
Roofing Service Company offers expert design and installation. Couple that with James Hardy's durable products and variety of colors, you and your family will love your exterior remodel. Just visit roofingservicecompany.com. That's roofingservicecompany.com.
Make plans to join 93.7 The Ticket and the Ahman Green Foundation for the first annual Nebraska Esports Golf Tournament on Monday, June 9th at Wilderness Ridge. It's a four-man scramble starting at 11 a.m. that will feature former Husker greats like Ahman Green, Johnny Rogers, Niles Paul, Tony Davis, Adam Carricker, Vershawn Jackson, and more, with great prizes and great golf. Sponsorships are also available. Call or text us at 402-464-5685 with questions, or sign your team up online at theticketfm.com. Registration goes through May 30th.
Hey there, this is Paul Scheel, owner of High Electric. I want to thank our friends and loyal customers and introduce High Electric to those looking for a new electrician. We've been serving the Lincoln and Omaha area for over 30 years, from design to install, upgrades, and repair. If you are a homeowner or a small business needing some electrical work, call us at 402-466-6606 or check us out at hyelectric.com. We look forward to hearing from you.
Country music star Rodney Atkins will be performing at the Icebox on Friday, June 20th. Tickets start at $30 and doors open at 7 p.m. The capacity is only 3,000, so don't wait. Buy your tickets at lincolnstars.com today before it sells out.
Lincoln's new craft cocktail lounge is Bar 48 in Lincoln. Located at 2639 North 48th Street, Bar 48 offers everything from cocktails to beer to wine and so much more. With summer right around the corner, you can always enjoy Bar 48's frozen beverages. Follow them on Facebook to stay up to date on their live music performances every Saturday night. Make plans to visit Bar 48 on North 48th Street in the heart of the University Place neighborhood today.
Midwest Bank is now hiring in Lincoln. They have multiple banking positions open and are looking for dynamic individuals passionate about helping others and building relationships. With a family-friendly culture, competitive benefits, and unique perks, Midwest Bank is a great place to start a new career. Apply today at midwest.bank. Midwest Bank is an equal opportunity employer, member FDIC. 93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize to participate in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the KNTK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contests, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
If you're a veteran, our nation has created a wide range of benefits to thank you for your service, but it can be difficult to navigate the process of determining eligibility, filing claims, appealing decisions, and securing the benefits you've earned. Speak to your County Veteran Service Officer or the Nebraska Department of Veterans Affairs State Service Office to see what's available to you and your family. These services are 100% free, so visit veterans.nebraska.gov today. Sponsored by the Nebraska Department of Veterans Affairs, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Now back to The Drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Green on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, folks, we are back. We appreciate Kendall being with us this morning. They're going to be popping in and out throughout the show. And I tell you what, Austin, just rolling in here and knowing, and again, real fast before I dive into that, it's A1's Automotive. It's a brand new facility here at 5110 State Hill Drive. It's right off of Yankee Hill Road, folks. You can't miss it. We're going to be here from 9 to 11. I'll be from 9 to 11. Austin will step out and head to and make his way east to all the.
Not because I want to, but Nick just kept begging and begging and begging. I'm like, well, you know what? Fine, okay, I guess.
I'll come back you up, man, and do your thing. So he'll be helping take care of swim. Nick Sainer, Austin, and Nick will be calling all the state baseball games. Austin, the times of those games again. I might make sure I get those correctly.
12, 3:30, and 7. So it should give us enough time in between each game. We should be able to stay on schedule.
Is weather going to be an issue up on Omaha? Because I haven't looked up there.
Oh, I hope not. It's held off so far. Over at Tal Anderson, they had a bit of a rain delay in Class B, but Nick and I missed that. So it has been picture perfect for us here on the ticket.
That's awesome. That's awesome here. Folks, again, we are here at A1 Automotive. They've just opened up. This is their grand opening today. I'll be here until 1 o'clock to obviously kickstart these things. Jake will join me at 10 o'clock. And we'll continue on with sports and talking more with the guys that are here at A1 Automotive. Again, they'll be giving away Celebrate with a Tour, free food, giveaways from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. today. If you're having car issues, this is the place to go. I've been coming to Kendall ever since I met those guys when they came down here. And I tell you what, when they say always honest answers, that is not a slogan. That is their mantra. That is how
it's a lifestyle.
It's a lifestyle. Mm-hmm. Exactly. That's how they do things here. And like he mentioned, again, Austin, there was something he mentioned. He goes, now we'll list things on there, but we're going to say this is the most important. Mm-hmm. So where, some people have had bad experience to where the people just said, hey, this is what needs to be done.
Mm-hmm.
Well, sometimes only one of those things need to be done.
It's the things that need to be done. And it's, even if other places will give you a list of 1 through 10, what they'll do is, well, you better take care of this or else it's going to add up, right? You better watch out. You better be careful with this. And it could pop up and get you. And they strike a little bit of fear in you, right? What A1 does with the honesty is, okay, this is something we're monitoring. This is something you might want to keep in mind, but it's not going to blow up your car. Right. It's not going to hurt you. So you can't afford to wait. You don't need to do this today. Absolutely. Absolutely. Folks, this segment is brought to you by Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services. Jack has been a well-respected representative since 1999. Can help protect your home, your vehicle, your family, or even your future. So give Jack a call today at 402-421-9100 or visit one of his 2 locations here in Lincoln or in Seward and learn how Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services can help you. Folks, last night there was another game. And I tell you what, there's not going to be a lot of another games for the Timberwolves if they don't get it together. Austin, that game last night, man, especially, first of all, the all blue shirts threw me off. Really? And they're in Oklahoma City. Because I was watching, because I was on my deck. I had my iPad there and I had my laptop here. And I would glance over. I'm like, who's at the game? Because it was hard to see with all the blue. But they ended up taking care of business last night again. Oklahoma City took care of it, 118-103. And the 15-point game wasn't even indicative of how far apart that game was. The all blue shirts. Hey, good morning, young lady. Come on in here. No, we got us. He's like, no, you're not. It's good to see you. So they took care of business last night, 118-103. You said something, Austin. I want you to repeat on the air during we were on break about year 1, Anthony, and year 3. Yeah, so I don't remember who it was on Twitter that said this, but I thought it was a pretty striking thought. What we're seeing so far through 2 games in this series is the difference between a player in his prime in year 7 and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and a year 3 Anthony Edwards. That's the difference. You can tell that Anthony Edwards is a talented player. Yeah. You can tell there are the outlines of a star in there, but some of the little things that Shai Gilgeous-Alexander does in managing the moment and running a lot of point for Oklahoma City
in being able to get to his spots consistently, not just taking what the defense gives him, but saying, this is where I succeed. This is where I excel. I'm going to get there, whether it's downhill, reading the defense, stopping and popping for the mid-range jumper. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has now received MVP votes 3 straight years. I think he finished 5th, 2nd last year, or certainly top 5, and then 1st place this year, that just being announced a couple days ago. There's certainly time for Anthony Edwards to get there. Maybe he's more physically gifted in a traditional sense, right? You think about the thunder dunks from Anthony Edwards, the explosion, the leaping ability, the speed end to end. But I think there's a different sort of athleticism, AD, that comes into play for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, where he's explosive enough, but what he does so well, it's kind of the James Harden, Luka Doncic style of athleticism. It's the deceleration. It's the being able to play under control within himself and make his move be so on time and in tune with his body. Anthony Edwards will come. That comes with age, certainly. But I'm glad we're not taking Shai Gilgeous-Alexander for granted anymore. He was the best player all year for the best team in the league in Oklahoma City. Maybe Anthony Edwards gets there, and I think if he's going to, a series like this is going to lay out that blueprint for him, not to copy Shai, but what it takes to be that leader of a team and take that next step as a player.
You know, I got 2 things for you, Oscar, because you're the basketball connoisseur, aficionado, know the stats. You're like Nick in baseball, but you're good in baseball. You just got you got all sorts of talent because you're just as sharp in baseball as well, man, when it comes to those things. I listen to you guys on there. I'm like, did they say flux capacitor or something? I have no idea. I'm like, what the hell did he just say?
You got barely over 1 gigawatt of baseball information in our heads.
But you think about, I said this a couple of days ago with Raff and AG in swim. All 4 of these teams, in my opinion, have been somewhat under the radar to the casual NBA fan like myself, because I'll check out the NBA highlights. I don't watch it until it gets deep in the playoffs, because this type of basketball we're seeing, I wish I saw this all year on.
Yeah.
And you just would you say that's a fair assessment?
Yes and no. I mean, these teams are playing to their identities. They are who they are.
These 4, absolutely.
Right. And well, let's start in the West, since that's where we're at. Oklahoma City, what they do so well is they force more turnovers than any team in basketball. They are long, they are rangy. They forced another 14 turnovers yesterday. I got to pull up how many points they had off those turnovers. I'm sure it was quite a few.
20. I think it was 20. 20.
Looks like 22 points off of 14 turnovers. 27 in the first game. To your point, they're long, they're athletic. They've played this way. For Minnesota, you know, we think about Anthony Edwards first, but Julius Randle didn't show up.
No, he did not.
You know, Jaden McDaniels was fine. Rudy Gobert only 2 for 5, not an impact guy. Even Naz Reid off the bench wasn't that good. What you're seeing is Minnesota could get away with being led by 1 guy in the regular season, not so much. Now in the East, I think it makes sense that those 2 teams are more overlooked. New York has been the 3rd biggest story in its own division.
Yes.
Boston is reigning champs. Philly with the injuries, tumbling down into the lottery where they'll pick 3rd in the draft. A lot of star power there. And Jalen Brunson just isn't always the most fun to watch. He's Mr. Clutch, but I know a lot of people kind of bristled his style. Tom Thibodeau grates on people.
Street ball.
Right. And I'm not sure. He does. I'm a fan of Jalen Brunson. Don't get me wrong. But he's starting to get some of the same complaints that like James Harden did back in 16, 17, 18. And the Pacers started off the year miserably.
Yeah, they did.
But then after about, what would that have been? Probably mid-December or early January, they really turned it on. They reached 50 wins, maybe the quietest 50-win season. And what Indiana does is they play, quote-unquote, the beautiful game.
Yeah.
More passes than anyone in the NBA this year, more passes per game, poetry in motion. They're always going. A lot of flack towards Tyrese Halliburton. He didn't show up all the time in the regular season. He's certainly elevated. I'm a Pascal Siakam guy. He's a really good number 2. And you'll have to ask Strick about Rick Carlisle. That's a really well-respected guy. For as much hand-wringing as there was for the Mavs letting Luka Doncic go, Tyson Chandler back in the day, Strick will tell you all about that. Rick Carlisle might have been their best asset. They let him walk. And I'm glad to see he's had a resurgence in Indiana.
You know, he needed that. Although earlier in the year, I was a little worried he might be walking again if they don't get Don't they call your realtor and put him on hold, put him on standby. You know, we talk about SGA, and in my opinion, now granted, everyone knew that the Thunder were good, but you know, to me, they were still not talked about so much, and they were 68-14, 68-13 for the entire season. They had the best record, and no one talked about it because Indiana's not necessarily Indianapolis, unless you're your best market. We've heard more about the Knicks in the past week since they took care of business over Boston.
Yeah,
and we heard more about Boston and a loss than we did about OKC over a win. I think personally, though, Austin, they don't care. OKC doesn't care. It's like, we haven't got the attention all year, so who cares? We're just going to go about our business and keep beating heads in.
Well, you think about how these teams were built. I mean, Sam Presti tore everything down to the studs after Durant left, traded Westbrook away. After he went for Paul George, they didn't make it, traded them away. This team has been grown organically. It's a bunch of grinders. It's a bunch of under-the-radar guys. And we've had these discussions about, is the league doing itself a favor by just focusing on the big markets? No, probably not. Oklahoma City doesn't care. They shouldn't care about the attention. But then it's on us as basketball fans, no matter how casual you are, to understand that this Oklahoma City Thunder team is legit. Special, 68-14, the greatest regular season point differential in league history.
Oh, wow.
They beat out like the 71-72 Bucks and a couple like Showtime Lakers teams for best regular seasons in terms of point differential. They blew teams out. They are legit number one seed. Marching toward the NBA Finals, where we'll see what happens if they get there. Still a long way to go, but OKC is legit. Minnesota followed up last year's conference finals appearance. They're legit. Indiana. Some people are saying, oh, well, they lucked into injuries last year with Milwaukee, and now there's injuries on the other side of the bracket this year. They're legit. They play a fun style. New York is who it is to its core. So all of these teams, to your point, being under the radar, you understand why it happens, but that's why I'm kind of glad it's these four teams where they get their moment to shine.
Right, absolutely. I got two more questions before we go to break for you, Austin. Were you more Jokic for MVP, or were you more SGA?
I got to toe the middle. I can't pick. I can't pick. They were. I saw a graph where essentially what Jokic did was put up historic production for a playoff team.
Right.
First non-point guard to average a triple-double. First 30-20-20 game, most points in triple-double NBA history. Then over here you have Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, best player on the best team.
Yeah.
Putting up numbers that we haven't seen since MJ. It's numbers we haven't seen since MJ versus numbers we've never seen before in NBA history.
Right.
Fair or not, I do think the fact that Jokic has already won 3 MVPs maybe worked against him. If Denver had been in that 55-win plateau, maybe pushing towards 60, it would have been hard to deny Jokic. But as much as MVP matters, for Jokic, he's got 3. You always want 4. You always want the next one. He certainly deserved. He had 2 deserving winners this year. But I think a bigger part of the deal for Jokic is that he is now accepted as the best player on the planet.
Right.
MVPs will come and go, but everyone knows the best player in the NBA resides in Denver.
Last one for you right now. Tonight's matchup, you got New York, of course, and Indiana. Do you think New York has had enough time to digest that dagger?
It's going to be interesting to see. Playing at home, they got to find a way to pull this one out, and even the series, I think. It feels like, even if it's not, it sure feels like it. The funniest part about it is that it's just a taste of their own medicine.
Yeah,
that's exactly what Boston did, or New York did to Boston.
How do you like that?
How do you like them apples? So New York has been on the other side of the coin.
Right.
This is where you see, they've handled success. They did the comebacks, but now they face a team that did maybe some even more improbable stuff. Don't get me wrong. New York coming back from down 20 a few times against Boston, reigning champ is incredible.
Yeah.
But the Pacers have been staring down, win probability charts that put them sub 2% in the last minute of games. So I think the Pacers actually get the nod for the comeback kings of the playoffs, if you will. This is where you lean into Jalen Brunson's championship pedigree from Villanova, his mindset, his mentality. But again, as much as it's about the stars, it's about the role guys.
Yeah, it is.
Bridges, Anunoby, and Robinson don't step up. That's more a problem for New York than anything.
Absolutely. Before we go, Raff made a point yesterday, the day before, I believe it was 940 straight games when no one has come back within 14 points down 2 minutes. And of course, Indiana did that. And it was hard to see that, but I love to see. I can't say hard for me. I guess I know it was hard for Rico, former teammate, because I was texting back and forth with him and Bach, and Rico all of a sudden just went kind of dark on us, so he didn't know comments.
Funny how that happens. A little front runner over there. I think I saw that same stat. Let me see if I can.
You can see that, dude. It was
find
like
it here because
40 games, give or take, Austin.
So here's another one. Since 97-98, teams are 4 and 1,649. When down by 7+ with less than a minute to go in the fourth quarter overtime in the playoffs. Of those 4 wins, the Pacers account for 3 of them this year alone. So yeah, here's the stat. Knicks led by 14 with 2:45 to go in the fourth.
14.
Teams leading playoff games by 14 or more in the final 245 of the fourth are 994 and 0.
994
since 97. So add another 50 games to that total, and there's your number.
That is the stat that that New York did not want to be in the way they did. Like I said, it's going to be the rest of the night to see if they were able to digest that dagger and come out and even the series up. I think if they go down 0-2 heading to Indiana, they could be in some serious trouble. And I would say the same thing with tonight's game, real quick, Austin, that tomorrow night's game, I would say, Minnesota cannot afford to. They have to win. No, you're not coming back 0-3 against not against OKC. It's not, it's not happening.
No,
it's not happening.
No,
they got to win. Folks, when we come back, we got some history to discuss. Again, we are here live, and a big shout out again to Kendall Warnick and his entire team that's here at A1 Auto. Again, 5110 State Hill Drive, just right off of Yankee Hill. 11 o'clock to 4 o'clock, there'll be tours, there'll be prizes, there's free food, there's pastries. I'm trying my best to avoid. I do not need those yet. I'm trying not to eat until 12, but they calling a brother, man. They call me. They're like, AD. So I'm trying to avoid that voice. I'll get some more coffee. And as I do that, me and Austin step away. We'll be right back. A little message from our teammates. It's Drive.
Hey guys, it's AD. Join us on Fridays from 9 to 11 a.m. for The Drive at A1 Automotive's brand new location at 5110 State Hill Drive, just off of Yankee Hill in South Lincoln. We'll be on ahead of the grand opening, which goes from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m., which will have giveaways, free food, and tours. We'll see you on Friday at the brand new A1 Automotive.
Hey, what are you talking about over there?
Huh?
I said, what are you talking about?
You know, Bill, I think it's time for both of us to get our hearing checked. We should head over to Christensen Hearing Analytics.
Oh, yeah, I've heard about them. They offer a free hearing consultation and screening, affordable hearing aid prices, and a knowledgeable staff with over 30 years of experience.
Visit Christensen Hearing Analytics today in Williamsburg Village or give them a call at 402-489-3450. Christensen Hearing Analytics. A better life starts with better hearing.
Western Sand and Gravel is hiring for a variety of positions at their sand and gravel plants near Ashland. Apply today and receive a $2,500 hiring bonus. Available positions include plant operators, dredge operators, and shop service technicians. They offer great pay, health benefits, 401k, a wellness program, paid holidays, and paid time off. No matter your experience level, on-the-job training is available to help you build a rewarding career with Western Sand and Gravel. Start your career today. Visit westernsand.com.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstorats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
What's better than supporting your favorite radio station and eating delicious Nebraska-made products? Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska wants to highlight you, the listener, on the 93.7 The Ticket Wall of Fame at the store. Stop by the store at 48th and R in Lincoln and see their huge variety of small batch gourmet jerky. Or if you're not in the area and want to try some, go to smokinggunjerky.com and enter code EARLY for 10% off your purchase. It's the ultimate low-calorie, high-protein snack at Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska.
At Valentino's, we're on a mission for tradition. On every slice, for every bite. Golden baked crust, cooked to perfection every time. Savory sweet sauce that's made from our own secret recipe. Loaded with the perfect amount of fresh toppings and melty mozzarella cheese. It's the tradition that Nebraskans have come to love. From game day to every day. Valentino's. Taste the tradition.
Load up on meat and more this spring at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. This week's special through May 27th is $1 off hamburger and hot dog buns, $1 off Plum Creek chicken wings, 15% off barbecue sauces, and 15% off burgers, hot dogs, and brats. The Mercado has locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Old Cheney in Lincoln, or 160th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see a chance of scattered showers throughout the day with light winds. An afternoon high near 66. Tonight, showers are possible, otherwise cloudy skies, a low near 52. And tomorrow, a chance of showers throughout the day, otherwise mainly cloudy with a high near 70. I'm meteorologist Kyle Flecker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just their professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at pahlincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, their passion for happier, healthier, furry friends.
This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell. Cordell & Cordell is the largest family law firm in the country, with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. That does give us certain advantages, for example, in experience and resources. But being big doesn't mean less personal or less local. Our attorneys live and work in your community, and as neighbors, they understand the challenges your families face. If you're a guy facing divorce, remember, Cordell & Cordell, a partner you can count on.
1221 N Street, Lincoln. CordellCordell.com.
Bagels and Joe is the perfect place for breakfast or lunch in May. Try a pesto BLT or a pizza bagel for lunch. Also, enjoy a new energy fusion drink in a variety of flavors and get a caramel latte with 10% of all sales going to the Hope Venture. 4 locations in Lincoln and 1 in Seward, Bagels and Joe.
Now back to the drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Green on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Insane. Tell you what else is insane, this doggone operation we got here, man. I tell you, I'm looking, there's in the break room, there's pastries, there's refreshments, there's gear, there's all sorts of good stuff. And speaking of gear, I was telling Austin Kendall, these sweatshirts, dude, feel that sweatshirt.
Why don't we have him?
Oh, yeah, that's nice? Legit. If I had one, I would have worn it.
Okay, well, we're about to fix that.
Yes, these things are absolutely amazing. I love these sweatshirts. Yeah. Folks, I tell you what else is amazing, and that's our people at Renew Your Auto, and that's DF. And normally I would say, what do Renew do? What do they do best?
Everything.
Oh, there you go, Austin. You know what I'm talking. Hey-o. Austin Orman got it. Raff's probably listening and going, he did pretty dang good.
Yeah, you know, I didn't do it the same intonation as Raff or AG. They have the chemistry, but I know they do everything the best.
Wait,
I know that much.
Raff goes like this, everything.
I don't have that. It's almost a drawl. Raff, I don't know what you call it from Raff.
I don't know if he's listening, but that is nobody can replicate that. You can't do it, dude. Like you just can't do it, brother.
Oh, folks, you can call and text Nate, Eric, or David at 402-833-3858. Revisit Renew online or renewyourauto.com. From body shop, ceramic coatings, window tinting, spray and bed liners, paintless dent repair, rust proofing, and undercoating, and so much more. So give Nate, Eric, or David, awesome people, text or call today at 402-833-3858 or learn more online at renewyourauto.com and see what Renew can do for you. You guys, before we get in our main history segment with Kendall here, I got an interesting one here because, and I say it's interesting because I had a chance to be at this facility. But in 2021, PGA Championship Men's Golf Ocean Course, Kiowa Island, gentlemen, I played Kiowa 2 years ago.
How'd it go for you?
You know what? I honestly, I know I kept it in the 80s, and it was probably a high 80. But I'm going to send you guys this. There were gators all over this course.
Yo.
There's literally one. Raff and I don't know if Swim has seen it, but Raff has definitely seen it. And the locals I was playing with, because they lived on the course, they're like, "Oh, don't worry about him." I'm like, "That dude is 12 feet
Don't worry
long.
about him.
Don't worry about
What do you
him,
mean?
man." And he was right off the green. So I'll show you guys just the
You
break.
just zigzag, right?
I literally was not. I was like, I'm not going over there. So it was an amazing course. So they have a few courses on there. But Phil Mickelson becomes the oldest player in history to win a major at 50.
We should also shout out we have our resident Gator wrangler on the board in Jackson, down from Florida.
That's right. Right. Jackson, he's familiar. You know what? For folks that live down there like Jackson, my sister lives in Gainesville. My other sister lives in Tallahassee. Tallahassee don't see him as much from what she says, but it's almost like for us seeing a squirrel. That's what they told me.
Normal
they told
operating
me.
procedure.
I was like, I ain't never met a squirrel that took somebody's arm off, though. You know,
or scaly like that. You know,
I ain't met no squirrel. You know,
BBs might bounce off the gators, not the squirrels.
You know, eating dogs, taking people's limbs off. I'm like, no, it's not like a squirrel, so that's not a good correlation. But Phil Mickelson became the oldest winner to win a major at 50 years old. That was his sixth major, and he ended up beating Brooks Koepka and Louis Oosthuizen by 2 strokes in 2021. That was amazing, man. And you know what? I'm Phil's always kind of been like, guy, but you know, I was happy for him simply because for the old guys like me, man, he got it done. Still.
Well, you know, the runway is getting a little bit shorter for those guys that are in that space, and it's good to see Phil grab that one for sure.
It was nice to see it. You know, during the break, you know, I was talking to you, Kendall. One thing I wanted you to bring up as far as history. If you don't follow Kendall on social media, you should. And I'm gonna tell you, Kendall was a big reason why, besides my own dad, to where I get up at the time that I get up.
Yeah.
Kendall, you get up at every morning at what time?
3:41.
3:41.
Yeah.
And why is that?
Well, that's when I lost my father back home in Pender at the community hospital. So that's part of the part of the reason. That is the reason, but that's how I honor him. And so that is what it is. That's who I am. I'm not changing. I'm not deviating from that. So that's why I run the place so early.
What time do you go to bed?
Well, it depends on challenges with kids and getting kids to and from games and stuff. You typically 10:30. So I'm good. I'm good with 5. I'm really good with 5.5. Now, whether that changes the older we get, brother, I don't know, but I'm gonna run that route as long as I can.
Absolutely. Kendall, you always take a picture.
Yeah.
And I'll see you because my clock goes off at 3:58 for you, and I'll hop up and I'll finally get this back ready to go.
Sure.
But you're down at the bench at your L Street location, and you're reading the devotional.
Yep.
You're sending text messages out. You're doing your gratitude list.
Yep.
But when you go back home, you
Well,
always take a picture. Tell them what you take a picture of and why. Looking at where we are right now.
Yeah, there's a lot of correlation there, AD. So the dirt floor shop that I grew up in with my father, from the age of 5 when he allowed me to work on a Briggs & Stratton lawnmower and then graduated to motorcycles until, I was 20, probably 22, 23 years old. That's where we were at. I always remember him sitting on a 5-gallon bucket, dirt floor. He could afford to stock the shelf on the west side of that shed with motor oil. And it was typically some of it was Trop Arctic. Sometimes it was Kendall motor oil, depending on what he could afford, but he was proud of that. The bench is still there. That building means more to me than anything other than I've got a pair of wire dikes and a 1/2-inch snap-on ratchet that he gave me when I moved to Lincoln. But that building means more to me than anything. And probably, to be honest with you, it means more to me than this building does. And the reason it does is because I everything that I learned from him, he would never tell me how to do, or he wouldn't tell me the firing orders on cars. He would make me figure them out. I was pissed at him most of the time because he wouldn't tell me how to fix it. But we sold that building, sold my parents' house to help bury my parents in terms of cost. And then I was able to, not just recently, the last 60 days, I was able to buy that property back. And it means that much to me back home because, the sentimental value of things like that. Again, these cats are young. We're getting there in terms of, we understand how important it is to honor, your family and honor your parents as much as you can before our time on earth is up.
Absolutely.
So I'm super grateful that we were able to spend time, and that's why that dirt floor shop, there was a bathroom in the corner. There was no bathroom. That was the bathroom in the corner.
Right.
And ton of memories. I was back there flipping through old Chilton's manuals last week or the week before last. So I'm grateful for that opportunity. Grateful for the lessons learned back there.
You talk about the dirt floors and how you pay homage to your dad with everything you do today.
Sure.
And you never forgot where you came from.
Yeah.
There's the history of Kendall Warnock.
Yeah.
And, what Pops did. Like I said, me with having no prostate anymore.
Sure.
I go to the bathroom a whole lot and I drink a lot of water. So it's like every 10 minutes, it's
Right.
like, I got to go to the bathroom.
Right.
I mean, and I
Right.
noticed another thing that you do, bro, and me being the son of a janitor.
Sure.
You'll clean those bathrooms.
Yeah. So my parents always instilled in me, don't delegate what you can handle yourself. And cleaning bathrooms every Monday morning at about 4:40 in the morning is, it's just, I enjoy it. And I always want to set the standard for the people that I'm working for and the guys that I have a responsibility of everybody standing in front of us to make sure that their parents are that their families are taken care of.
Right.
So that means a lot to me. So setting the standard, me cleaning bathrooms, I'm not gonna deviate from that. I'm just not.
Well, my buddies and Raff always calls me the best bar back in town because I can't stand, whether at a restaurant, a lounge, or someplace like that. I can't stand that. But you know what? I enjoy cleaning.
Me too.
Because you can see results immediately.
Yep.
You can see a change, right away. So I enjoy doing that.
Yep.
I guess it's just us knuckleheads. We enjoy doing stuff like
that. It's therapeutic. For
It
me
really is.
Because I understand this is the level of standard that we want. This is the bathroom cleanliness that we want.
It's amazing.
And then you hope that the team that you work for, that instills in them, hey, he's here for the right reasons. He's battling for us. He's making sure that the shop is clean and ready to serve others at a very high level.
I love it. Folks, again, Kendall Warnock, come on down, 5110 State Hill Drive, right off of Yankee Hill.
Yeah.
I got all these thoughts in my head because I'm old enough to remember there was nothing out here but cornfields.
Yeah. And the neighbor to the east here told me that a couple weeks ago. There was nothing. This was a cornfield.
That's all it was.
15 years ago. So 52nd Yankee Hill. Come on by, see us all day today. Yeah, we'd be grateful for the opportunity to serve.
I love it. Folks, when we come back, we're gonna switch up teammates. Austin is going to make his way east to Omaha. We got the man himself, Jake Sorensen, come in. We're going to talk about that tush push. Who voted for it? Who did not want it?
Did your Dolphins
and
vote
why?
for that? They did. Vote
Yeah,
to keep
my
it.
Steelers were like,
So
getting rid of
there's
it. You ain't pushing my push. I ain't pushing my tush. Tush. Eric, good morning. Eric goes, there's one person he talked about in golf on there. We'll get back to it. But he talked about Chubbs Peters. He goes, yeah, he's missing a limb. Folks, it's The Drive. We'll be right back. 93.7 The Ticket, live from A1 Automotive. Come on down, 5110 State Hill Drive. Bye-bye.
Garage doors can break down or quit working at the worst times. At Doors Plus, they understand that a broken garage door sometimes means repair and not replace. Sometimes, all you need to make your door like new again is a few bolts, a realignment, or even a new balance. Trust the pros at Doors Plus to handle your garage door repair the right way so you can get on with your busy schedule. Visit them online at DoorsPlusLLC.com or give them a call today at 402-590-5800. Doors Plus. Garage doors and more.
Bagels and Joe is the perfect place for breakfast or lunch in May. Try a pesto BLT or a pizza bagel for lunch. Also, enjoy a new energy fusion drink in a variety of flavors and get a caramel latte with 10% of all sales going to the Hope Venture. 4 locations in Lincoln and 1 in Seward, Bagels and Joe.
Play ball! Pitch the perfect idea for a family outing or date night with tickets to the next Salt Dogs game. Nothing says summer fun like an action-packed evening at Haymarket Park. Come root for the home team with a hot dog and a cold drink. Plus, visit saltdogs.com to learn about special events and promotions, including group discounts. Don't miss out on the thrill and excitement of a Salt Dogs win. Visit saltdogs.com to reserve your tickets today.
Constructors is now hiring for all positions with pay starting at $23 and up based on experience. Constructors has immediate job openings for mechanics, bridge builders, operators, and drivers. Start your new career today. Constructors offers great pay, health, dental, and vision insurance, paid time off, paid holidays, and so much more. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. For a complete list of openings and to apply online, visit constructorslincoln.com.
Make sure you tune in every Saturday from 11 to 12 for all things youth football with Tank Perry and Jim Sandman. Learn how the game of youth football has grown in and around the capital city with coaches, athletic directors, and league commissioners telling you all about it. It's all things youth football with Tank Perry and Jim Sandman every Saturday from 11 to noon right here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Support Matt Talbot Kitchen and Outreach on Give to Lincoln Day. Your gift will be received by a portion of Lincoln Community Foundation's matching fund. Homelessness is a complex problem facing our community. By working together, we can find solutions. Your donation for Give to Lincoln Day moves us closer to ensuring that everyone in Lincoln has a safe place to sleep at night. Because of your generosity, hope lives here. Give anytime through May 29th at givetolincoln.com.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Have you been injured in an accident and don't know where to turn? Do you need a lawyer you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion? The attorneys at Liberty Law understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you've been injured, we want to help you. Liberty Law's experienced attorneys are committed to the pursuit of justice for those injured. Contact us for a free consultation by calling 877-42-LIBERTY. Call Liberty Law and find out how we can help get you the compensation you deserve. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. Liberty Law Group. Trial attorneys you can trust.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and they're having the biggest hail sale they've ever had. A huge opportunity is at your front door right now. Some of these cars we're fixing, some we're not, and some it's totally up to you. New Sierra starting at $15,000 off list. New Canyons at $8,500 off list. New body styles on the Acadias, $3,000 off list. You need to hurry as there's going to be a lot of people heading to Louisville. Check us out at koppelcars.com. Stock numbers G121492. G1-87747 and G1-96599.
Shopping for new flooring is different today. Getting your questions answered, making the right selection, getting the best value, and installed quickly and professionally. Visit ostreetcarpet.com or shop our store. We'll answer all your questions and help you make the right choice. You'll be enjoying your new floor in just days for less than you'd pay elsewhere. Carpet, vinyl, wood, laminate, tile, and area rugs. We've got it all.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Advanced Medical Imaging is the largest radiology group in Nebraska, located in Lincoln at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard. At Advanced Medical Imaging, they utilize state-of-the-art technology and blend it together with their compassionate, skilled team to guide you through every step. Whether it's an MRI, CT scan, or X-ray, their precise diagnostics help your doctor deliver the best care plan for you. Choose clarity and comfort in your life by choosing Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard and online at amimaging.com.
If you're a veteran, our nation has created a wide range of benefits to thank you for your service, but it can be difficult to navigate the process of determining eligibility, filing claims, appealing decisions, and securing the benefits you've earned. Speak to your County Veteran Service Officer or the Nebraska Department of Veterans Affairs State Service Office to see what's available to you and your family. These services are 100% free, so visit veterans.nebraska.gov today. Sponsored by the Nebraska Department of Veterans Affairs, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Early break.
One-handed, behind the back, over the shoulder. Oh, yeah.
They're peacocking out there.
Eyes closed like that. High stepping, high knees.
What's that guy doing?
High knees. I saw a guy doing a karaoke down the sidewalk. Guys, it's like, is incredible.
Using it as a microphone.
Yeah. You can do anything. Flip it over, sing into it. Then there's me. I'm like,
With Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Bush from 6 to 9 every weekday morning on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Welcome to The Drive with A.D. Raff and Ahman Green. Former Husker football national champion, speaker, and author, Aaron Davis.
Nebraska will win the national championship. The Cornhuskers beat Miami. It is history, 13-0. and bring that trophy back to Lincoln.
Former Arena Football League quarterback, former head coach of the Capital City Crush, and guru of Husker football history, Chris Raff.
25 straight wins for the Cornhuskers. One of the most dominating stretches in college football history.
We may have seen one of the best teams in the history of college football tonight.
12-year NFL veteran.
He's got some speed to go with strength.
Huskers and Green Bay Packers Hall of Famer.
Shovel pass to Green into Vikings territory. Finally brought down.
And University of Nebraska eSports coach, Ahman Green.
Look at Green all by himself. 20, 10, touchdown.
Sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Folks, we are back. We are back at A1 Automotive, their new beautiful location at 5110 State Hill Drive, right off of Yankee Hill. And I tell you what, I've been walking around this place, Jake, and I'm telling you, man, it is just, I feel like that I've been here before.
Yeah.
Because Kendall did such a great job of documenting the progress over the past 206 days, he said. And, he was always doing the updates. But coming into this place, it is just it's pretty special to see it.
I got the tour yesterday. Came by just to kind of scout out where we're going to be putting our remote at, and he showed me the whole place. And you mentioned this with Austin in the first hour I was listening, and that conference room is awesome. He told me the plan about the conference room is that it's going to be accessible to the neighborhood or anybody to use, essentially.
I did not know that.
So it's going to be, obviously it's for the staff to use and have their meetings here, but
Right.
it's going to be almost like a universal conference room for people to use.
No.
You can tell more of that on the air when he's on back with you. We could talk about that, but
yeah,
it's beautiful. I mean, this place was designed well. You expect that with Kendall and the team he worked with, but I'm looking forward to seeing how it goes. Obviously, the location downtown crushes it. That's why they needed a second location to serve the rapidly growing South Lincoln. We all know this, as you mentioned in the last segment, this was cornfields years ago.
Right.
Now there's houses, there's neighborhoods, there's also there's a South Point Mall is nearby us, and it's going to keep growing to the south. So this is going to end up being a great place, right now, and especially for the long haul. So kudos to Kendall for the vision upon growing A1 Automotive to this, and for putting it here in this spot, because this is going to be a great.
I'm just going to deviate for a quick second, and it shows you the culture here. I'm just looking at the fellows. I was looking aside because I'm a clean freak. That truck hadn't pulled out here longer than 3 minutes ago, and they were over already. Well, there's an SUV right there. Well, I mean, they didn't even left the parking lot yet, and the teammates were on there sweeping the area where they were just at. Like I said, those are little things that people don't look at, but they appreciate. And so that just little things like that, my man, that's just stuff that just sticks out to you. They don't wait till the end of the day to where it's piled up to your knees. It's like, no, this place is just sharp, it's clean, it's effective.
I just had a phone call from somebody that runs a business, not the same industry, but a very similar mindset. Just got a call from Charlie Cologne, Chick-fil-A.
CC.
Just talk about something, and I just think about, like you said, service is important at Chick-fil-A.
Charlie's the same way,
and that's not just him. That is a corporate wide. Chick-fil-A, and to have this kind of service here, it's easy for an auto shop to get dirty. To get greasy, to get parts everywhere, and obviously early on, it's easier to keep it clean because you want to. But I believe for the duration of time, because of the way that the staff operates and Kendall leads here, this will look like this in a year or two from now. It'll look brand new.
I have no doubts about that. If you start something somewhere and you maintain that, you can keep it that way. And that's just something that's inside him. That's the way he does it. Jacob, real quick, man. First of all, you've had from the 6 to 9 show already. You've run some errands, come down to this area, dude. You gotta be you're running, you're rolling.
That's every day, AD. I'm not bragging at all. It's you get up early. I mean, you just talk to Kendall. He gets up at 3:41 a.m. You get up at, or was it 3:14? One of the two.
3:41.
You get up at in the 4 o'clock hour. I mean, so it's not like you're doing nothing. You're doing your morning routine. You're working out. I haven't worked out today yet. I haven't even worked out this week, basically.
Well, I got to be honest. I worked out twice already. But
so I'm down 2 in the count now. About to strike out essentially here.
Only on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, because I'll go to Farrell's. Obviously Jeff and Nicole Essink, who do their show Fitness Fanatics every Sunday morning. But I'm not going to go run. first of all, my back, I can't run. But even if it was healthy, I'm not running. I don't do stair steppers. I don't do the bike. So I do kickboxing without kicking, of course, with my back.
Right.
So I get my cardio in from 7 to 7:30, and then I go lift weights from 7:40, 7:45 until 8:30. Then I head to the show. So it's really not like I'm working out twice. I mean, it's only like an hour and a half.
I tried to do, so I've been fighting like a little bit of, I don't know, a bug the last few weeks. And so I haven't done a lot of fitness. I feel better today. I feel better this week in general. But I tried to convince myself because I wasn't doing a lot of any activity. I was just trying to
get healthy.
Yeah. So yesterday, and I remember a fight I had years ago with somebody a little bit younger than me, a former colleague. At
Like
the
a physical
station.
fight?
No, a
You said a
verbal.
fight. I was thought
verbal
you was,
dispute.
I was like, come to Farrell's. They'll help you with that jab.
And I wasn't pushing back on it, but he was pushing back more on older people and how they say that. Yesterday I mowed the yard. I said, well, that's just some steps. It's not exercise. It's a push mow. I'm not riding. I did the weed whacking too. It was like a 45-minute excursion there, basically. 35 minutes to mow, 10 minutes to weed whack the yard. So in my head, I understand that's not exercise. It's not.
No, it is exercise.
That's not anything crazy. I'm just slowly walking behind the thing, but
You're
it is
moving.
steps. And in my recovery from this bug,
Yeah.
I'm going to take that as a dub.
Brother, I don't understand if you weren't sick why you wouldn't count it as a dub. It's movement, and you're pushing an object.
It is self-propelled,
Okay, I'm trying to help you out here, Jake.
I know. I'm trying to keep it even, so I'm not
Just
like,
say
hey,
it's-
man, this
just
is
say it's a
exercise
push.
here.
Just say it's a push mower with no propel.
Right,
The old
yeah.
school ones.
It's
It just
old.
brrr
And
like
by
that.
the way, it's uphill the whole way. There's no downhill. There's no
Corner-
side hill. It's up the hill.
Corner lot, acre and a half.
It's always uphill. You turn around, it just shifts uphill again. Come on, man. No,
It
so
was still exercise, so I applaud you for doing it. Something else is exercise that people are not liking was the tush push that barely made approval a few days ago in the NFL. First of all, just before we get into the numbers, Jake, were you pro or con for the tush push?
I'm pro for it, and this is why. And I'm glad. We'll get to the ones who vote. I'm surprised but happy that the Dolphins were one of the teams that actually voted to keep the tush push. They don't seem like a very physical team, so I'm stunned they did that. But I mean, for my entire life, they've been a soft franchise that just gets beat in the tough games. They don't win in the play. They haven't won a playoff game since 2001. They melt down in the cold. So the fact they voted for, I am stunned for how soft that franchise
The
is.
head coach wears joggers.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's a real alpha personality. Here's Mike Tomlin, dude, and here's Mike McDaniel over here, just looking like he's I don't know, some sort of seventh grader out there. His curly hair and his joggers, weighs 120 pounds. Yeah, what an imposing force as a coach he is.
Jeffrey, in case you don't know, man, Jake has been a
Dolphins fan too.
Oh, you're a Dolphins fan, so you both have experienced a lot of misery. You
Not as much as me. I had no offense.
He
He's
ain't old
younger.
enough.
Yeah.
So how old are you, Jeff? I'm 21. Yeah, you ain't experienced it long enough yet. Jake is 33.
34.
34.
Yeah.
So Jake is basically his whole life.
It's been miserable.
It's been his whole life.
Yeah, I think I'm 34, and the last time they won a playoff game, I was in my single digits. That's a problem. That's a problem. That's a problem, AD. It's a problem. He wasn't even born yet. That's even worse. He's 21. And they haven't playoff win since then. Anyways, that sidebar. The tush push.
Hey, old dad 34. Jake's meltdown has begun.
Yeah, it was that bound to happen.
Yeah, I usually hear it on the radio when I'm, on my way into the studio or something
It's
like that.
not even the fall yet. This is May.
Yeah.
That's already begun.
It's a thing of beauty. Also, I can't say it's a thing of beauty, but it's just
thing of pain.
to hear Jake say it in live. It's just because I hear it off the air a lot, but on there, he just went on a tangent of how bad they are. But you know what? That's why I like Jake, because he's a ride or die with him.
Oh, I'm never leaving him.
He's never gonna leave him, man.
But the tush push in general, this is why I'm supportive of it. Everybody's allowed to do it. Every single team is allowed by the rules to do it. Every team could master it like the Eagles do, but they either can't or they don't. And that is a huge kudos to the Eagles for having a phenomenal offensive line, for having a great quarterback they can push through, for having a great setting with the tight end, Dallas Goedert pushing and the running back. Like, every team could do this, AD.
Absolutely.
All 32 are allowed to.
Absolutely, and it's effective.
That's why I'm like, of all the teams to be riding against this, the Green Bay Packers have been a tough franchise forever.
I was surprised by that.
This when I think tush push, I think about tough
physical teams.
Right.
My team's not good at that. They're not tough.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to sidebar that again, but they're not tough. The Green Bay Packers play in the ice cold of Green Bay, Wisconsin
Right.
for half their games. They are
It'd be
historically
ideal for them.
Historically, again, great passing franchise, but our boy AG, great runner there, Dorsey Levens. They've had so many great running backs, good offensive lines. Like, they should be really good at the tush push.
Absolutely.
And why are they the ones pushing against it?
They have been literally the ambassador.
It's them, and they're proud. Like, yep, the Green Bay, we don't want the tush push. Is that something to be proud of?
No, I think Lombardi.
We are weak.
Like Lombardi, what the hell's going on out here?
If he was alive, he'd say, "What are we doing?
Yeah.
We don't want to be the ones instigating a change of a physical play that we can't stop." Embarrassing.
Especially when it's a mano-a-mano type play. It's just grit versus grit. And obviously there's nuances, etc. But it's really just line up. We're just going to want this yard or this half inch or whatever it is more than you want it. So it's just a different thing. Unknown texter 7072. Good morning. He goes, since you guys are going to talk about it, he goes, I sent this to all my Packer friends. The Eagles beat the Packers 22-10 in the playoffs. The vote for the Packers proposed tush push ban was 22-10. 22-10. Off the Packers.
Yes,
that's pretty good.
Yeah. That's right.
That is really good. I like that right there. As far as the breakdown of it, gentlemen, the pros, they needed 24 votes. They barely made it with 22 out of the 32 teams that voted for it. Now, to kind of give you a quick list of who did what, the teams that reportedly saved the tush push, the Eagles, of course.
Okay,
shocker.
They're the leaders in Jason Kelsey flew in for the meeting.
Oh, he
was
did.
there. Jason Kelsey tried to sway the vote. I'm not sure where it was at before he
was
got
he outside
there.
the window? Hey, y'all gonna do this?
He went in. He went in the meeting. He went in the meeting to try to push for it to keep the tush. But yes, he was there.
You think it was literally pushed?
I think he did push. He pushed his way into the meeting. I don't know. Again, if somebody was leaning toward voting, to ban it, he switched him. I don't know, but all I know is that he was there, and the tush push stays.
He uses influence. The Baltimore Ravens approved that the Cleveland Browns.
Stop there.
Oh, yeah.
Physical team.
They are.
Great offensive line, great
They
quarterback, a running back that can shove, and a tight end that's ready.
I was not shocked to see Baltimore.
A big part of this is the tight end. The tight end helps push from behind. Dallas Goedert, Eagles, Ravens, Mark Andrews. Boom.
Which makes you wonder, Jake, a little bit, especially with Baltimore and having the quarterback that they have that's elusive, that can do a lot of things. I mean, what does Lamar do? I was glad to see them on that list.
Yeah.
There's a few teams I was surprised. Cleveland, okay.
Okay, a little surprising.
Detroit, I'm not surprised by that at all.
They're
the personality of their coach.
100%. Right, alpha.
Oh, exactly.
Why is Mike McDaniel? Why is Mike McDaniel voting for it when he's not an alpha at all?
He's a little cocker spaniel.
Are you? Hey, pause for a second. Are you aware? There was a time, I think in the last 10 years, that Dan Campbell was the head coach of the Miami Dolphins.
Yes.
Because Joe Philbin, I believe it's Philbin, or
about 10 years ago.
Philbin got fired, and I'll go on a spell forever on Joe Philbin and how terrible of a coach he was.
Not good.
Called that from the get-go. What a surprise. He was an epic failure. Anyways, Dan Campbell was the assistant tight ends coach at that point.
Interim though.
Yes, and his first game ever as a head coach, I think they won 38-7. And that team and the Dolphins team was struggling. They killed, I think it was the Texans or the Titans, one of the two, and they just absolutely bludgeoned them.
Let me ask you this right now. Wouldn't you love to play for Dan Campbell?
Yes.
I mean, he's spitting chew out.
We're
going to
bite kneecaps off.
Bite kneecaps. He's probably knocking out beverages, just as he's smashing them on his head. But more importantly than all that stuff, you can tell he really loves his players, and they love him back. And they play like it, man. They play like it.
He turned a perennial loser into a team that 2 years ago made the NFC title game, led twice by 14 points, 14 zip and 28-14.
Yep.
Last year, going to get upset. Goff threw 5 picks, and Jaden Daniels was just incredible for the Commanders in that second round game. But they were the 1 seed.
He brought them
from the 2 seed. Were they 1 seed or 2 seed?
I think they were 1. Yeah, he brought them from obscurity. Okay. You got the Jacksonville Jaguars that were for it. You got your Dolphins, of course, that were for it. The New England Patriots.
I think that they voted that so they could try to prove that they were tough. Come on, we see right through you, Miami. We see right through you.
So you think it was an image thing? It's like, we're just gonna put us up, put our name out there. Although we don't resemble anything like that type of football.
And this is, I hate to make this all Dolphins, but
I love it.
This is again a weird identity problem they have. I want to take you back. to, I think it was before the playoff game against the Chiefs in the cold, or was it a game in Buffalo? It was against Buffalo, okay? The Dolphins were wearing shirts that said, I wish it were colder. I said, here we go. Let's have the big talk.
Yeah.
And what happens? It get beat like 35-10. What a shocker.
Yeah.
Big talk. Yeah, you're real alpha. It's like, I love the franchise, but I see right through them. I said, you guys are a bunch of phonies. There's nothing real about this at all.
I wish it were colder. Dude, you live in South Beach. No, you don't. Just say it's cold out here. We want to get out.
Their way to practice was they made the dome like 60 degrees in there. Oh, wow. That's warm in Buffalo. You warmed you changed the dome from 72 to 60. Oh, incredible. Oh,
that's going to get them.
You boys are tired. And you got your cool T-shirt. I never want to see a T-shirt ever again by the Dolphins. You just wear your gear, wear Dolphin stuff, no phrases, because it never works out for you. You don't back it up ever.
The Saints improved. The Jets improved. The Titans improved. Before we get to the teams that didn't improve, which I'm not going to say, Jeffrey, put on the headset, man. Jeffrey's one of the interns here at A1 Auto. Jeffrey is from Lincoln, went to Nick's school, Pius X, went there, and he goes, unfortunately, there's something I got against you, though, Jeffrey. Why the hell you go to Missouri?
I knew you were going to say something about that. They got a great J school, man. They got a great journalism program down there.
And you know why they do, too? They got one of our very own that made a switch, Mark Onweiler.
Yes, sir.
It's down there. And so I missed that guy. Big shout out to him. He texted us back, too.
He's a great dude.
That. So, you've been a Dolphins fan your entire life.
Not my entire life. I picked it up about 2019, 2020 is when I decided to follow the Dolphins. Yes, sir. My mom went to school down at the University of Alabama. Tua was one of my favorite players.
Okay.
And, I grew up, obviously being from Lincoln, grew up in a very much college sports family. And
so not a Nebraska family? Not a Huskers?
Oh, 100% a Husker family. 100% a Husker family. But nobody in my family really had a pro affiliation. Nobody really had a pro team.
Right.
And I just decided when Tua went to the draft, I'm like, I'm going to go wherever he goes. And, here I am.
Let me ask you.
Stuck in purgatory, man. Sorry. I wish for yourself you didn't join this terrible fan base.
Do you follow Jake on Twitter?
I do not. No, I might have to.
You got to follow him because his
I'm pretty quiet in the summertime, but come the fall, it's fireworks every Sunday.
What do you call it on Twitter when you stamp a tweet that's the one out there all the time?
I pin it.
His pin tweet. He goes, "Being a Nebraska fan is a special kind of hell."
Yeah. You know what? I can't disagree with you. I mean,
and I think he hyphens in Dolphins.
Yeah, I should have said Dolphin. I retweeted it. Like so every time they lose, I retweet.
There's a couple people at the zoo that are Nebraska fans. I'm like, you're not from there. You don't got family from there. Do you hate yourself? Like, I mean, like.
The thing about Missouri, the only team that and the listeners who've been listening for a while, the only team that I cannot cheer for, will not cheer for is Iowa. That's sorry, fair. Iowa. I just can't cheer for Iowa. Missouri, though, I like what what's their head coach's name again?
Eli Drinkowitz.
Drinkowitz. He is doing
they're 21-5 the last 2 years.
Yes, sir. In the SEC, but
right.
They are getting it done. And I was speaking at a conference for a client, and there was a lot of Missouri fans. There were suppliers that were from Missouri. And this guy showed me his tailgating vehicle. Holy smokes. Jeffrey, this thing was absolutely insane. But they are in love with Drinkowitz, what he's doing down there. That was another program, Jake and Jeffrey, that was really struggling for a lot of years. I mean, they kind of go up and kind of go down.
Well, Barry Odom had a couple good years there. Then he gets let go, goes to UNLV. Now he's at Purdue.
Right.
So good luck at Purdue, Barry. By the way.
But
before that, it wasn't great. And Gary Pinkel was a long time ago. And Gary Pinkel was a great coach for a long time, and they kind of dropped off, like you mentioned there. But Eli Drinkwitz, 21-5, coming from Appalachian State. I mean That's incredible. Like you said, the SEC, and no one talks about Missouri. Nobody talks about him at all.
You know the thing about Missouri? I think they remind me kind of me on Austin's conversation. Obviously, they're not Oklahoma Thunder as far as record-wise, but they casually and quietly get their work done.
Yeah.
And people can ache and moan about all. It's like, how did they get there? They've been winning. That's how they got there.
And Brady Cook, good quarterback.
Oh, yeah. And the receiver who just left this year.
Luther Burden.
Luther Burden. And you know what? Real quick story about Luther Burden. And Nick informed me on me and Raff way back in the year. When it came to his NIL package, he told the coach, "You pay me what you think I'm worth," and kept going to work.
Boom.
That is the type of personality and mentality that you miss.
He was second round. He went to the Bears, I think 39th overall, if I'm remembering right.
They were kind of surprised he won his own, but they said that he's going to do well.
Yeah.
Barring injury, he's going to be in the league a long time.
And I think the thing that, dropped his draft stock a little bit is Theo Weiss became really kind of pushed to be wide receiver one. NFL prospect wise, Luther Burden's definitely better, but Weiss really fit the system a lot better. New SEC ball, being from Oklahoma, was a lot more seasoned. And I think Burden battled some injuries as well. I mean, the entire team battled some injuries, and, it kind of felt like Luther Burden was kind of running at 80% the entire time. Bears got a good player. Bears got a really good player there.
And Jeff, you know what I think? I think you need to find another profession in the journalist because you're a natural on this radio. Man.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
21 years old.
Thank you. That's the goal. That's what I'm going to school for.
I get on here. I mispronounce words all the time. Don't know where I'm at half the time.
Yeah, but it's charming though.
Hey, we just call it.
There's a certain charm to that.
We got lightning in a bottle this morning. I mean, you gotta wait till I'm on air for a little bit longer, and I start stumbling a little bit. But hey, you know what? I've been on for 5 minutes. I'll let you believe that I'm good at this.
Well, Bill and Bennett, good morning. He goes, Jake should come on the drive more often. I love his Miami meltdowns.
Yeah,
they're all legitimate too.
When we come back, we're going to talk quickly about the teams who didn't want it. And there's a team on there I'm kind of privy to that I kind of like. I kind of oblige you who didn't want it. I was like,
black
what?
and gold.
Yeah, I'm like, what in the world? So we'll discuss soft. Yeah, they are, man. I tell you what, they're getting there. We'll also discuss, fellas, there's a lot of games tonight. You got NBA at 7, you got baseball at 7, you got softball that's starting at 6. So we'll discuss all of that when we come back. And the tush push, we're going to push out of here and come right back. It's The Drive, 937 Ticket.
Hey guys, it's AD. Join us on Friday from 9 to 11 a.m. for The Drive at A1 Automotive's brand new location at 5110 State Hill Drive, just off of Yankee Hill in South Lincoln. We'll be on ahead of the grand opening, which goes from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m., which will have giveaways, free food, and tours. We'll see you on Friday at the brand new A1 Automotive.
Country music star Rodney Atkins will be performing at the Icebox on Friday, June 20th. Tickets start at $30 and doors open at 7 p.m. The capacity is only 3,000, so don't wait. Buy your tickets at LincolnStars.com today before it sells out.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see a chance of scattered showers throughout the day with light winds. An afternoon high near 66. Tonight, showers are possible, otherwise cloudy skies, a low near 52. And tomorrow, a chance of showers throughout the day, otherwise mainly cloudy with a high near 70. I'm meteorologist Kyle Klecker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hi, it's Charlie Stone and Andy Goodyear of Honda of Lincoln with more exciting news for area car buyers.
Charlie, it's just announced that Honda of Lincoln has won 3 of the Lincoln Journal-Star's Lincoln Choice Awards: Best New Car Dealer, Best Auto Repair, and Best Place to Get Your Oil Changed.
Wow, that's great, Andy. Anything else?
Yes, we were runner-up for Best Pre-Owned Dealer and Best Tire Dealer. A lot of people don't understand that we do sell tires here.
Very exciting, Andy. Why do you think your dealership is winning so many awards?
Charlie, we simply say it's the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business.
Looks like Honda of Lincoln is the great news headquarters for Lincoln.
Yes, and even all of Nebraska, we are also announcing that Honda of Lincoln's the only dealer in the state of Nebraska to win the prestigious Honda President's Award for 2024.
Honda of Lincoln, Nebraska's #1 volume Honda dealer, 27th and Yankee Hill Road, or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
Have you been injured in an accident and don't know where to turn? Do you need a lawyer you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion? The attorneys at Liberty Law understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you've been injured, we want to help you. Liberty Law's experienced attorneys are committed to the pursuit of justice for those injured. Contact us for a free consultation by calling 877-42-LIBERTY. Call Liberty Law and find out how we can help get you the compensation you deserve. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. Liberty Law Group. Trial attorneys you can trust.
Constructors is now hiring for all positions with pay starting at $23 and up based on experience. Constructors has immediate job openings for mechanics, bridge builders, operators, and drivers. Start your new career today. Constructors offers great pay, health, dental, and vision insurance, paid time off, paid holidays, and so much more. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. For a complete list of openings and to apply online, visit constructors.com. ConstructorsLincoln.com.
Support Matt Talbot Kitchen and Outreach on Give to Lincoln Day. Your gift will be received by a portion of Lincoln Community Foundation's matching fund. Homelessness is a complex problem facing our community. By working together, we can find solutions. Your donation for Give to Lincoln Day moves us closer to ensuring that everyone in Lincoln has a safe place to sleep at night. Because of your generosity, hope lives here. Give anytime through May 29th at givetolincoln.com.
Shopping for new flooring is different today. Getting your questions answered, making the right selection, getting the best value, and installed quickly and professionally. Visit ostreetcarpet.com or shop our store. We'll answer all your questions and help you make the right choice. You'll be enjoying your new floor in just days for less than you'd pay elsewhere. Carpet, vinyl, wood, laminate, tile, and area rugs. We've got it all.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Make sure you tune in every Saturday from 11 to 12 for all things youth football with Tank Perry and Jim Sandman. Learn how the game of youth football has grown in and around the capital city with coaches, athletic directors, and league commissioners telling you all about it. It's all things youth football with Tank Perry and Jim Sandman every Saturday from 11 to noon right here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Make plans to join 93.7 The Ticket and the Ahman Green Foundation for the first annual Nebraska Esports Golf Tournament on Monday, June 9th at Wilderness Ridge. It's a four-man scramble starting at 11 a.m. that will feature former Husker greats like Ahman Green, Johnny Rogers, Niles Paul, Tony Davis, Adam Carricker, Vershawn Jackson, and more, with great prizes and great golf. Sponsorships are also available. Call or text us at 402-464-5685 with questions, or sign your team up online at theticketfm.com. Registration goes through May 30th.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Cobble Chevrolet GMC, and they're having the biggest hail sale they've ever had. A huge opportunity is at your front door right now. Some of these cars we're fixing, some we're not, and some it's totally up to you. New Sierra starting at $15,000 off list. New Canyons at $8,500 off list. New body styles on the Acadias, $3,000 off list. You need to hurry as there's going to be a lot of people heading to Louisville. Check us out at cobblecars.com. Stock numbers G121492, G187747, and G196599.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Now back to The Drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Green on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We got Chicken Jeffrey. A1 Auto. Always honest answers. 5110 State Hill Drive, folks. We are here.
Love the freestyle, man. Keep it going. Keep it going.
Oh, gosh, stop. Oh, gosh, stop. We are here, folks. Jake, you got something you want to wrap with us about?
Yeah. Just want a quick plug. You heard in the break there, the commercial for the Ahman Green golf tournament. So we still have some time to sign up. So that is going to be Monday, June 9th at Wilderness Ridge. So just down the road from where we're at right now at 5110 State Hill Drive. Registration closes next Friday, May 30th. So if you want to play in the four-man scramble, the Ahman Green golf tournament, it's on our website at theticketfm.com. Also, all our social media. It's pinned at the top of the page. Sign up your team for the four-man scramble. We still have room for some teams and some sponsorships. So if you have questions, email me, Jake at theticketfm.com or Nick at theticketfm.com. Love to have you out there. And also, you brought up during the break, AT, you were walking around and you said, Jake, do you have any experience fixing up cars? I said, No, I had a story about that actually.
I want to hear it. I want to hear it.
So I was in Hawaii earlier this month with my family.
Beautiful, too.
And I told the story on our show when I got back, but we were going up in the rental car to this, we were in the Big Island of Hawaii, so Hawaii, and near Kona, and we were going up to this mountain called Mauna Kea. Mauna Kea is 13,000 feet up in off the ground, in the air, and it's above the clouds. And the whole time up there, people kept saying in the car, "Man, I hope we don't get a flat tire." I said, "Why?" I'm driving the car. I'm like, "Why?" I mean, I know. I'm not a karma guy. I'm obviously a religious guy, but I'm like, I don't like that being said. Like, it'd be a terrible place to get a flat tire. Yeah, I know. Don't stop saying that out loud. So get up to the top, get down, no flat tire. We get back to the resort, and I get a notification on the car saying, "Tire's low."
Oh,
I get out, and it wasn't like there was it got slashed by one of the rocks on the way down.
Right.
And so we're like, okay, what do we do? Is a rental car? Probably your first step is to call the rental car place. We tried to be, no. We can change the tire here.
Right.
No, I'm not. Again, I am very much so an idiot with this stuff. And so my brother-in-law, Taylor, is just like, he's good at everything he does.
So he knows about cars.
And so we get the spare tire out, and he jacks the car up and puts the. Long story short, we get to the rental car place the next day. They said, "You guys changed the tire?" I said, "That wasn't me, man." It's like, I'm not mad. I'm impressed with you guys. You don't ever see people actually change the tires coming back here. So kudos to you guys doing that, dude. So he's the mechanic. He's the smart guy. I'm just the dummy that tries to make jokes and make people laugh. And so that's what I did for that trip.
I love it, man. I'll change the tire. I can do that.
Yeah.
But when it comes to anything more than that, I mean, I could, but anything. I'll put it this way. Something might like change the oil. I'd go like to YouTube or something like that.
Yeah.
But my thing is this: do what you do best, pay for the rest.
Yeah.
I
should pay for this.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, man. YouTube comes in clutch. I mean,
Yeah.
I had to get my serpentine belt replaced a couple months ago, and took it to the mechanic. They're like, "Yeah, it's gonna be like $200." I'm like, "No, it's not." I just went. I mean, found a YouTube video.
You did it yourself?
Yeah, I found a serpentine belt for $30. You go to T.O. Haas. You can check out tools. You just put down a little deposit, rent the tools. They give it back, and it took me 10 minutes.
Is it working properly?
Yeah, it's working fine.
You had no problems
Oh
at
yeah,
all?
I've driven probably a good 800 miles since then. No
Okay,
problem.
knock
I
on
mean,
wood.
you gotta knock on wood. I mean, hey, luckily, if it has problems, we're at an automotive shop right now. So like, I do it wrong. I do it wrong. But yeah, but hey, YouTube comes in clutch, man.
It does.
It helps. It helps.
Well, a few text messages before we get to the last, the ones who voted against it. Thunder Knot Collins, good morning. He goes, ADB, call that a Chihuahua with a bulldog attitude. I love it. I love it, my brother. Dan from Canopy, it's rugby. It's not a football play. It's assisting the runner. We're going to come back to that, Dan from Canopy. I want to
It's
get you
in the rules. It's
in
allowed.
the rules. That's right.
It's in the rules.
It's in the rules. Ryan P, what's up, brother? He goes, how do the Dolphins vote when their quarterback gets hurt?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. They're trying to cover up for how soft they are.
Listen, I'm a much more positive Dolphins fan, but I think he's got a point. Like, I can't lie.
Like he's eating ice cream.
That's what I'm saying. They try to act tough when everyone knows they're not. So I appreciate that they're voting for it, but that's not who they are. They don't operate that way.
What did Tyson say back? And everybody's tough until they get punched in the face. Everybody's got a plan until they get punched in the face. So the T-shirts and all the rest of it.
Yeah, well, I wish it was colder.
Hey, now this is pretty cool here, actually. Hazel Bear, I'm going to read yours first because you're not going to get me into another conundrum, brother. I was quoted $6K for new shocks one time. Obviously not here at A1 Auto. He goes, I watched a YouTube video, was able to do it for just over 700. Man, that is pretty dang cool right there.
That's awesome.
Pretty cool. You guys, the teams that didn't vote for it, because I know we're going to get one of your representatives on again after we come back, so we'll finish up with A1 Auto as well. But the teams that didn't vote for it, this is assuming Adam Schefter's list is correct on this one. I want to put that as a disclaimer. But Arizona Cardinals voted against it. The Falcons voted against it. I was surprised the Bills, but
agreed.
I was very surprised the Bills voted against it because they play that type of football. The Panthers, not so much. The Bears, not so much. The Bengals, Cowboys, not so much. The Broncos, somewhat. Sean Payton being kind of the creative mind that he is on the offensive side, I was surprised he voted against it.
Bonix runs
Absolutely. And they got a physical style running back now as well.
Yeah.
So I was surprised they didn't. Packers, the shocker, though.
But they're the ones that wanted banned.
Yes, which blew me away. They said, you voted in favor of it, but you're the ones that brought it up to be voted on in the first place. I don't understand that.
Right.
So I don't know if it was a save face type deal or whatever it was. But the Texans, Colts, Chiefs, Raiders, Chargers, Rams, Vikings, Giants, and my Steelers were on that. I'm like, okay, I like that.
Pittsburgh's getting
I like
soft,
that.
apparently.
Yeah, but they. I'm like, come on, Pittsburgh, you got to be better than
Yeah,
that.
49ers, though, are a tough franchise, too. They want to sing band, apparently.
You know, there's quite a few teams on here that I was surprised. Obviously, me being biased, being a Steelers fan, I was very surprised they did. But I was really surprised to see Buffalo and Green Bay. Not Green Bay because they proposed it, but Buffalo. You look at some of those teams.
The team actually that stands out more than anybody because of their coach and the way they operated last year, to me, on that, is the Chargers.
Yeah.
Jim Harbaugh at Michigan ran the football. They had a
Yes.
great offensive line. And, last year, they make the playoffs with the Chargers. And why did they do it? They passed actually less than ever before with Justin Herbert. They they still passed it, but they ran the ball with their running backs, with Dobbins and Gus Edwards.
With authority.
And Justin Herbert ran the ball a little bit, too. And they had a good offensive line, and they were physical.
Absolutely.
I can't believe that Jim Harbaugh, who lived off physicality at Michigan, would vote to ban the play.
And in San Francisco at his prior stop.
Absolutely.
Everywhere he's coached,
Physical
there's been
football.
absolutely some physicality. Jeff, we got about 3 minutes. We go to the next one. What team on there? And you mentioned, obviously, the Chargers for you, Jake. What would you say for you, Jeffrey, with the team that surprised you that's on that list, the one that voted for it?
I'm looking through
banning
these,
it.
Yeah, I'm looking through these. Honestly, the 49ers doesn't surprise me. I mean, culture-wise, I think they would love to tush push, but frankly, when you're at the top of the NFC like that, you want to do anything you can to stop the Eagles. So that doesn't surprise me.
That makes sense. I see that.
I think that was more of like doing what they can to stop the Eagles. Really, the one that does have me scratching my head the most is the Buffalo Bills. But in that same breath, one thing I'm looking at and noticing is they were the only team in the AFC East that voted against it. The Patriots, the Dolphins, and the Jets all voted for it. So I'm saying the only other division where you kind of saw a split like that was the NFC East. Eagles voting for it. The rest of the NFC East voting against it, which obviously makes sense. The Commanders, the Cowboys, and the Giants have to play the Eagles twice a year. So they want to stop it as much as they can. But I'm sitting there wondering, why is there that much of a split in the AFC East? I'm wondering, is there something going on? Are these other three teams trying to do something to gain an advantage over the Bills? And that, so I'm looking at that headline, I'm noticing that pattern, and I'm as a journalist, as someone who obviously being a Dolphins fan is really into this division, I want to know more. Sitting here going, why is this the only team? Why are we seeing this split? So,
in the words of Yoda, curious I am.
I'm very curious about this one.
This, I do not.
I gotta know.
Misery is Jake.
That's all I know. I think about this, Frank, and I'm not trying to bring myself the story here, but Miami Dolphins, miserable. Nebraska sports, typically miserable. We love Nebraska. We cover them, but at least the men's side has been pretty rough. It's just those are my teams.
You want to be a Colorado Rockies
I'm a Nebraska
fan next,
basketball. Hey, the Rockies are 8-42. You know that?
How is he not fired?
He's fired.
When did they fire him?
Like a week or two ago.
Okay, I was like, I haven't kept up.
And
with
if
this
I'm him, I'm thinking, thank you.
Yeah,
we're good.
He was like this.
It's the worst start in 130 years.
Yeah, since the 1800s. Since the 1800s, no team has started this bad.
Are you serious?
Yeah, since like 1880. It was like the Louisville.
No, 1899, the Cleveland Spiders went 20-134. This is the worst start in 130 years. And remember, the White Sox were horrible last year.
Well, I tell you what,
this is
Jake,
worse.
Before we go to break on here, I almost turned off my notifications from my beloved Pirates because every time I get the updates, it's nothing good.
L.
So it's like just hearing about a crash.
Paul Skeens wins. Everyone else L.
Yeah,
L.
it's bad.
Paul Skeens wins unless he plays the Cardinals.
You play one out of 5 games, you win there. So.
Well, fellas, Money G in Kansas, you wrong for that, man. He goes, Steelers are soft, cuddly teddy bears.
I love the little photo he attached to.
I like the knee. So Thunder Knock Collins says that's a really good point. If Tua, I'd be pissed. Next thing you know, they run the tush push and he rings up concussion 70-72, number 72. I don't blame him on that, brother. It was I worry. That's a whole other conversation. But this whole entire NFL season, I think, is going to be interesting for a lot of different points and aspects. Folks, when we come back, we're going to have one more last segment. We're going to have another guest from A1, and we'll discuss a little bit of RGT. Obviously, RGT Raff is not here. In AG because we are remote. So doing remote in Zoom, that is not a good combination. So we do it on-site live as far as I go. Jeff, we want to thank you for filling in. But
appreciate you letting me on.
Good you are. Talent you have. Appreciate you, I do. Folks, we will be back at A1 Auto. Again, it's their grand opening. We'll have to talk more about them and what's on for today's docket. But from 11 to 4 is their grand opening. Food, there'll be prizes, there'll be tours, and we'll have them on when we come back. It's Drive, 937 The Ticket.
Saturday. Eagle Raceway is open for a full season of dirt track racing action every Saturday night. Don't miss the epic battles on the high banks of Eagle Raceway each Saturday between the Nebraska Septic Sprint Cars, Nebraska Lottery Modifieds, Avid Realty Sport Mods, Valentino's Hobby Stocks, and A1 Iron Stock Cars. Let's go racing. Eagle Raceway, just 10 miles east of Lincoln on O Street. Check out the full schedule at eagleraceway.com.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Garage doors can break down or quit working at the worst times. At Doors Plus, they understand that a broken garage door sometimes means repair and not replace. Sometimes, all you need to make your door like new again is a few bolts, a realignment, or even a new balance. Trust the pros at Doors Plus to handle your garage door repair the right way so you can get on with your busy schedule. Visit them online at DoorsPlusLLC.com or give them a call today at 402-590-5800. Doors Plus. Garage doors and more.
Country music star Rodney Atkins will be performing at the Icebox on Friday, June 20th. Tickets start at $30 and doors open at 7 p.m. The capacity is only 3,000, so don't wait. Buy your tickets at LincolnStars.com today before it sells out.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club and space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about margarita clubs and old-fashioned clubs? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge for the best clubs in town. Try all 10 varieties of Upside margaritas or old fashions and take home a free souvenir glass. Grab the whole crew and pair it with taco night on Mondays or whiskey Wednesdays. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
You grew up on cereal for breakfast and you graduated into drinking coffee at some point as an adult. Now there's a place in Lincoln where you can stay caffeinated but eat like you used to. Control Coffee and Cereal Bar brings Saturday morning vibes to every day with locally roasted specialty coffees, Lotus energy drinks, and tons of breakfast cereals with toppings. And did we mention they have video games to play while you're there too? Control Coffee and Cereal Bar open 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday and 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. on the weekends at 15th and Pine Lake.
Attention! Acres is cutting interest rates and offering great deals below market value on the largest selection of used inventory in the nation. For a limited time, Acres is offering interest rates as low as 2.9% on our late model John Deere ag equipment. Acres' low interest rates, along with our below market prices on select John Deere used planters, tractors, sprayers, and combines, makes it a great time to upgrade your equipment for the 2025 season. Visit acres.com for details. That's AKRS.com. Offer ends May 31st, 2025. Subject to proof financing. Offer may change at any time without notice.
Take control of your health with the DASH scan at Advanced Medical Imaging. The DASH scan is a full-body MRI designed for advanced health screening. This dynamic approach provides exceptionally sharp images across multiple organ systems, helping to detect potential concerns early. With minimal radiation and no invasive procedures, the DASH scan offers a safe, comprehensive look at your health. Plus, results are delivered faster than ever, giving both patients and physicians confidence in screening and diagnosis. Your health is too important to wait. Schedule your DASH scan today at Advanced Medical Imaging. Visit amimaging.com or call 402-484-6677 to learn more.
Shopping for new flooring is different today. Getting your questions answered, making the right selection, getting the best value, and installed quickly and professionally. Visit ostreetcarpet.com or shop our store. We'll answer all your questions and help you make the right choice. You'll be enjoying your new floor in just days for less than you'd pay elsewhere. Carpet, vinyl, wood, laminate, tile, and area rugs. We've got it all.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Lincoln's new craft cocktail lounge is Bar 48 in Lincoln. Located at 2639 North 48th Street, Bar 48 offers everything from cocktails to beer to wine and so much more. With summer right around the corner, you can always enjoy Bar 48's frozen beverages. Follow them on Facebook to stay up to date on their live music performances every Saturday night. Make plans to visit Bar 48 on North 48th Street in the heart of the University Place neighborhood today.
At Valentino's, we're on a mission for tradition. On every slice, for every bite. Golden baked crust, cooked to perfection every time. Savory sweet sauce that's made from our own secret recipe. Loaded with the perfect amount of fresh toppings and melty mozzarella cheese. It's the tradition that Nebraskans have come to love. From game day to every day. Valentino's. Taste the tradition.
Rosie's Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road, just south of 14th and Highway 2.
Now back to the drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Green on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Folks, we are back. We are back with Brandon Engler from Blue Core Construction. Brandon, good morning to you, my brother.
Good morning, guys.
Brandon, you're a York. Where this is the Dukes?
Yeah, York Dukes.
The York Dukes, man.
Yep.
You know, when I a long time. How old are you, Brandon?
37.
Okay, you were barely born. Nevertheless, I played in the Shrine Bowl, and remember, we probably growing up, we used to have our Shrine Camp. One of our camp was there at York College.
Right on.
So we would have our camp there, and I'm not going to say the guys' names because you'd know them. They climbed that water tower one time.
Oh man.
Yeah. Probably I don't recommend it, but the one right by that campus.
Don't look down.
Yeah. So yeah, that was how that went. But a lot of great memories there in York and the dorms and things of that nature. Brandon, why Blue Core? Why did you join on with them? The company that built this facility.
No, great question. You know, I've been in the Lincoln area for 7 or 8 years, and about 2-3 years ago, Steve Kunkel approached me with an opportunity to come join a team. Obviously, they were at the ground level in terms of general contracting. Steve owns another business, Stonebrook Exteriors, well-established firm that's been a prominent part of the Lincoln community for a number of decades. And he just approached me and had some real common sense thoughts as what he wanted to do with general contracting in Nebraska and then locally here in Lincoln. We really wanted to start something that was just really hands-on, offer our clients a new experience, meet them where they're at, and really do what we say we're going to do from start to finish. And that's what we've been doing the last 2 years at Blue Core Construction. We're starting to grow a spectacular team of individuals, guys that show up and work hard and work together. And so it's just been really cool the last couple of years to see Blue Core grow.
Brandon, you guys have you've built an amazing facility here, man.
Yeah.
And I know with the delays, 206 days, you had the weather delays, you had things of that nature. What kept you guys? Because those are things out of your control.
Yeah,
you can't do that.
Yep.
I mean, you simply can't. And I asked Kendall the same question. So when you can't do certain things like when the roof and things that nature, what kept you guys still driven to get this thing done? Not just on time, quick, but efficiently in the right way?
Yeah, no, great question. In construction, there's always going to be challenges. It doesn't matter what you're building. There's going to be something that comes up. And it's not so much what you do in the challenge, but it's how you react to it. It's how you work through it. It's how you overcome it. And so no matter what the challenge is, you still got to keep moving forward. You got to persevere. We knew that Kendall had a tight timeline. We knew that this was, he put everything on the line.
Yes.
And when you bring a guy like Kendall with his emotion and just his mentality and his drive for life, it made us want to work harder for him. And so we had a strong team, and when those challenges did arise, we found avenues to get around them and try to get the most economical solution forward to ultimately get this thing open for him in 206 days.
Like you said, Kendall, he says there is no plan B. The saying that I like, you burn the boats. There is no retreat. Or in the movie of Rocky, there is no tomorrow, Brandon. There is no tomorrow.
Yeah,
you guys still got it done.
And some of it was Kendall. I mean, I can't even tell you how many emails and texts and calls. He's a very hands-on owner, but I love the guy. He's just got such a passion for life, and it was definitely an awesome experience working for him on this project.
Let me ask you this, in case Jace got some too. What makes Blue Core different? Why Blue Core?
I think we're just honest. We're transparent. We're not trying to do things. We're not trying to sell, anything more than what we are. We're not here to be the biggest. We're not here to be the best. We're showing up and we want to deliver for our clients. And at the end of the day, if we can do that and they're happy with the product, which I think Kendall is, then we've done our job. You know,
what stands out to you about this facility? You guys helped making up design. Like, what stands out compared to other in the industry?
We worked with Kendall for quite some time leading up to the point where we were ready to break ground on this. We went through several different iterations. And so I think it was just the road to getting the contract signed and all the different obstacles and challenges that presented themselves even before we started. Being able to work through those and get to the budget, but also maintain the design that Kendall wanted to live in this building for what it is. And then at the end of the day, like, to walk in this space and see it's pretty cool.
You know, folks, again, we are here at 5110 State Hill Drive, and it's the grand opening for the new branch here for A1 Auto. And I want to make sure you know the details straight. 11 to 4 will be their grand opening. They'll come celebrate with a tour, free food, and giveaways. You're going to be inside, so don't worry about the rain that may be coming down, because you're going to be inside and see this state-of-the-art facility that Brandon just talking about of Blue Core. They're always honest answers here. And you know what? I guess just parting words, what would be the thing that you're most proud of? When you look around here, what is one thing you're the most proud
of? Probably Kendall's satisfaction with the end result.
That's a good answer. That's a good answer.
Brandon.
You know,
owner's happy.
I know Steve
good job.
I know Steve is somewhere going, well done, son. Well done, Brandon.
because it's more than it's more than just the building, right?
Absolutely.
Like, I'm not in this for the building. I'm in it for what we offer our clients.
I love it.
So.
And by the way, 11 to 4 is a grand opening. Ribbon cutting at noon today.
Ribbon cutting
at noon today.
Ribbon cutting at noon, which is going to be just about a little over an hour.
That's right.
So we have that live here.
We will not be on the air. We're done after.
Well, at noon, me and Jake are going home. Well, let's be honest.
On with our day.
Jake's not going home, neither am I. We still got work to get done.
That's right.
But I tell you what, folks, definitely come down. Again, 5110 State Hill Drive, A1 Automotive. Folks, a real quick thing as far as the AD attitude adjustment for today is this. Pain must be invited before progress arrives. Pain must be invited before progress arrives. And I bring it back to A1. There was a lot of things you couldn't control that were painful, the weather, things that you just couldn't deal with. So that's some pain, that's some discomfort. But with discomfort comes growth.
Oh, 100%. Our team grew through this project, no doubt.
Absolutely, because there were certain things you guys, it wasn't like it was a regular building. There was different, I'm sure, optics that you were dealing with.
Yep.
But as a result of that, your tool belt grew as well.
100%.
Pain must be invited before progress arrives. Appreciate Brendan Ingram being with us for Blue Core Construction. Jake, we're going to talk some more Dolphins next week, man, maybe. Yeah?
I think so. Misery.
More misery. We're going to have Jake on the drive more often and just talk about misery. Folks, remember, there will be no live coverage on Monday because it's Memorial Day. We want to give a big shout out to all of our veterans that have served for our freedoms, our protections. Thank you so much. And we'll be back on Tuesday. Jake will be bright early with the 3 bars. So, guys, 6 to 9 a.m.
That's right.
So we're ready to roll again, man.
Well, we'll do it again.
Folks, come on down here, 11 to 4. At 12 o'clock again is the ribbon cutting A1 Auto, 5110 State Hill Drive, right off of Yankee Hill Drive. Folks, we will talk to you next week. We'll be live here. Definitely want to check out Nick in Austin. They'll be broadcasting state baseball starting at 12 o'clock. Is that 12
That's
o'clock?
right. Class C state finals at noon.
At noon, and they'll be doing another one at 3, and as well as one tonight at 7. You have a lot of smorgasbord of things going on tonight. Nebraska softball, of course, plays at 6 down in Tennessee. Nebraska baseball plays number 1 Oregon
at 6.
At 6 o'clock, and NBA action at 7 o'clock. The Knicks versus you know who. They better beat Indiana, because if not, it's going to be a long trip home. Folks, it's been awesome this morning. Thank you for riding with us. We'll see you on Tuesday.